You think you know me. 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 You think you know me.
What's up, guys? Gold is here to give you a nice book review. I just finished reading this book right here, Adam Copeland, On Edge. Finished reading it yesterday. I've had a last few days off for my wisdom teeth, so I've got to catch up on a lot of reading and DVDs that I've been putting off. And you know, a lot of you may or may not know, but you know, I'm really big into the biographies, the wrestling biographies, that is. I enjoy pretty much every one that I read. I always learn something that I didn't know from reading the books, and it's a great way for a lot of wrestling fans to learn about wrestling, to learn about where your favorite wrestler got their start, you know, how it all began, and for you younger fans that, you know, may have just started watching wrestling just maybe a year or two ago, it's a great way for you guys, especially, to brush up on your knowledge, so that way you guys can, you know, when you guys make your videos, you can have something really good to talk about. Well, this book is no exception. It's very good. I enjoyed it. It wasn't the greatest book, though. It's definitely not the greatest. I'm a big-time Edge fan. I enjoy him. I love his promos. I love his in-ring work. He's good all around. My only gripe about the book is that, you know, Edge really hasn't been in the business all that long. He's relatively young. He was born in like the early 70s to mid 70s, and he didn't really start wrestling until around early 90s, maybe mid 90s. And this book was made in 2004. So, you know, he's only got like maybe 10 to 12 years of wrestling to talk about in this book. So that's why it's so thin, as you can see. Another thing, you know, the words are really big print, as you can see. So reading this book was not a problem whatsoever. It went by rather quickly. And there are tons of pictures in the book as well. So for you guys that don't like reading, at least you got a lot of pictures to look at. But, you know, besides all that...
Virus database has been updated.
Thank you. Besides all that, you do get to learn a lot about Edge, his family life, growing up with his mom, and you get to learn about a person, and not just a wrestler like you see on TV each week. Edge is a really big family guy, loves his mama. His dream was to always buy his mom. His dream was to always buy his mother a house. And when growing up, you know, Edge wasn't the richest. He didn't have the best family life. I mean, he had a great, loving mom. But, you know, they didn't always live in the best of conditions. They lived in crummy apartments, and that was his dream, was to get his mom out of the apartment living and to move her into her own home. And he did just that. You know, the book is great. You get to learn about how he became friends with people like Rhino, Lance Storm, Jay, who was better known as Christian to you guys. I don't remember his last name, but I know he called him Jay in here a lot. And, you know, it's great. Edge was a wrestling fan as a kid. He went to a lot of live shows. He always dreamed of being up on the stage like his childhood heroes, like Hulk Hogan, The Ultimate Warrior. He was real big into rock music. Loved Kiss, loved Soundgarden, all those great 90s grunge bands and whatnot. Yeah, the book was great. I bought this book off Amazon, okay. A lot of people, people who collect DVDs and or books should really look into Amazon when buying those kind of things, because you can get a lot of great deals. I got this book for 1 penny. That's right, 1 cent. I had to pay $2.98 for shipping. So, like, altogether, I paid like $2.99 for the whole book. Now, I'm not going to complain. Although I am going to say that this book is not in the best of condition. You can read it. I mean, the pages are very legible. The only thing is that there is some water damage in the book. As you can see, there's a little bit of water damage. So that's my only gripe with it. But when you pay $3 for a book, you know, you can't expect it to be perfect. Like I said, the book's very short. You know, Edge hasn't been in wrestling nearly that long. Of course, when this book was made, he really wasn't in wrestling that long. So he didn't really have a lot to say as far as good stories and whatnot. I mean, he did have stories, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of great tales of them going in Canada, going from show to show, driving across this big giant frozen lake, and him and Rhino and a bunch of other guys are in there, and they're hauling this trailer, and they're trying to make it to this show, and apparently there's a big hole in the lake where they've got to go through, and Rhino is flipping out and about ready to say screw it all and just end it all. He was really flipping out, but I can't really give the story justice. You just have to read it for yourself. But for anybody who's a wrestling fan that loves Edge, this is definitely a book to get. You can learn a lot about his childhood, about how he got into wrestling. Funny thing, well, not funny, but an interesting thing I should say about how he got into wrestling was that he's always watching on TV, for one, but there was a contest that somebody was giving, or was promoting, some kind of contest. You write an essay stating why you want to be a professional wrestler. So Edge entered this contest, wrote an essay, and won. So his prize was free training to be a wrestler. So that's how he got his start. I don't remember the guy's name, but I do remember that he won a contest, and the prize was free wrestling school training. It was fantastic. But the book is very thin. It's got over 50 chapters. So like each chapter is like maybe 2 to 3 pages. But for a person who doesn't like to read that much, this book is perfect because, you know, like I said, the chapter is only a couple pages long, so you can read a chapter, feel like you accomplished something, and then you can put the book down. Or you can read a couple, 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 chapters, and really make yourself feel like you accomplished something, and then put the book down. But hey, I definitely recommend the book because, you know, I love all wrestling biographies, like I just said. So that's my book review. If I had to really rate the book, which I don't really know if you can rate books, but I'd give it a like a 3 out of 5. It's a pretty good book, and that's my review. Hope you guys liked it. Adam Copeland on Edge. Peace out.